All right, let me sit down and have a holler at you guys. Hey guys, Crusty Old Crow back again. Doing another one on my, what is it, TCCC, the Crows Customs Corner, where I show you some hacks and some tricks I use. Doing other G.I. Joe classified scale conversions on 6-inch figurines, that 1/12 scale margin, just goofing off, finding out how these things come apart and go back together in fun ways, doing kit bashes and having a good time. But I've also been doing some vehicles and some backgrounds, a lot of backgrounds. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I got up. I got to make it quick, guys, because I got to make supper right away, because tonight I'm going live at 7:30. And there's a good reason for it. It's tomorrow my son has a military cadet parade that he has to be in attendance to. We have to get up early and go to that, so I won't be able to do my Saturday morning with G.I. Crows. So it's going to be a Friday night jam fest with diorama and story. You'll see in the description what it's about, but we're just going to talk about some of the current stuff in world building with your Joe shelf, how to make displays for a really cheap price in a lot of ways. I know I'm sitting low in your frame so you can see some projects I did, but also how to maximize that space and how maybe to hack your way through the illusion of space. So as you guys know, I'm involved in a few vehicles. I had mentioned vehicles, and a lot of you have been asking about the Rams, so I'm going to tell you about the Rams first. Aaron the Toy Enhancer and I keep sending each other back and forth stuff. Sometimes, most times, it's stuff plus things we didn't ask for, but was definitely appreciated. And in my case, I had asked him for one of his extra Dukes. If you follow Aaron's channel, you'll learn that he bought a bulk of the Tiger Force Duke and Ram a while ago for one of his projects, but he ended up with a few extras. And I had joked with him about when he did his pickup truck, that Down South 77 I sent him, that Chevy I believe it was. He put some Ram cannons on. I said, you got extra Rams. And I didn't put the two. Anyways, I ended up with 2 extra Rams. So where we're at with this, since you're all so nice to ask, is I got the priming done on one and the dry brush done on another. Now, what are they going to look like? Okay, well, right now they look like black and gray. That's not how they're going to look. And am I doing the sidecars? Not right now. Sidecars didn't have the weapons. I want to make something for them, and I'm not necessarily sold on the idea of a weapon system. What are you thinking, Crow? I think a serve package or equipment, or maybe a cedar. So a lot of military bikes, when I talked about this initially, I had mentioned to you guys the role of the dispatch rider. The dispatch rider would carry important messages and relay things where comms were not available or a viable option. Perhaps radio silence is in play or what have you, but the dispatch rider is a swift asset. They also make good for convoy escorts, travel control, and all sorts of perimeter zone recce kind of tasks and things like that. They're versatile. So there's a number of reasons why the military would employ bike ride, like motorbikes like the Ram, or dirt bikes, and I'm also doing dirt bikes. But you'll notice, they're a ride-along escort for a lot of convoys, and that's one of the things I'm working on is my Joe convoy. Yeah, you like that. So when I look at the bikes there, I notice that there's kit issues, right? So they, unlike with the Ram, and I'll use an unpainted Ram, or the dry brushed one. There's nowhere to mount any gear on this besides that sidecar. You can see where I primer missed on some of that yellow, but that's fine. I'll get around that. So I'm going to add weapons mounts and equipment mounts for it, and some, saddlebag ideas, things like that. The rider's going to be swift and versatile. In fact, I already have a rider pick out for one of them. You want to know who that rider is? I got to show you again, because I'm really proud of what I've done here and what I'm trying to show guys with the 60th anniversary hack. Okay, this is going to be one of my riders. And you know what I'm calling this guy? Sweats. The reason being is this guy's probably sweating a liter every hour. Carrying the amount of gear and bundled up the way he is for a desert soldier. He is head to toe in his combats. You'll notice he doesn't do sleeves rolled up like Rakondo and the rest of the chumps. He's professional, keeping that sun off his skin, keeping that cancer away, and he's got every inch of flesh covered. So one, that hot desert sun's beaming down on him, and he's like, I don't care if there's a breeze, I'd never feel it. Second, he's got lots of hood options, including the balaclava he's wearing, plus a second hood. And if you don't like that hood, you could always just go with that bump helmet he comes with and go from there, right? And then I'm not even talking about the load bearing vest that's got all his fighting and dying gear, which I love. I love this load bearing vest. But on top of that, we've given him the support weapon, right? So the heaviest weapon in the section has gone to him. He's humping that. But now we've given him a company level weapon as well in the 50 cal. We've told him he's got to carry that. And his big ass rucksack he's got to carry. So yeah, this guy's name is Sweats. But what you don't see on him is that soft goods. I didn't put it on him because it's on his rucksack. Hey guys, did you notice my chair here? This is my rucksack cover from Afghanistan. Still got it. Right, I have one. Sorry, I don't know if that's mine or my wife's, or if that was one that one of my duplicates. I might have had a duplicate actually, because I know I turned one in after C's. You had to. But yeah, anyways, this is what a rucksack cover is, and this goes over your pack, and it keeps, supposedly, if you do it right, keeps the dust out of your gear. More or less, you bundle it right up, and it's good for when you're just kind of leaving your pack for several hours. You can kind of bundle it up and leave it on the ground, and maybe you're not going to get a scorpion in one of your side pouches. Maybe the sand isn't going to bury your bag in every open crevice, things like that. Very useful, right? So, and it's camouflage. So that's what you see happen with this soft goods. And all I did, oops, it's untucking a little bit. And this is where I keep telling you, a little bit of sticky tack. I just put a little bit of sticky tack, folded the coat into the triangle and tucked it into that pouch. And if I take it off, you'll see that I've kept all the function liberated there. Yeah, so if you haven't watched my review, this is my hack. I don't know if other people have discovered this, but I discovered this for myself. I'm wondering if, Chad, now that you're all retired from the military, like me, like the old crow, did you pick up on this particular ability of the 60th anniversary? Because I thought, of all of us, it's the veterans that would probably appreciate it, especially anyone that deployed overseas and knows what sand's like to deal with in your kit. But yeah, I thought that was a cool little function. I want to show you, but I'm going to give him one of the Rams once I lighten them loading. And man, do I ever want more of these guys to play with. All right, so I talked about that. I didn't finish telling you about some other vehicles. I'll move on really quickly. Let me get back to that slideshow. One vehicle I've been challenged to do, and it started the hunt this week. Aaron the Toy Handler, me and him were friends. We're fire team partners now. Me, him, and Down South 77, also known as 3-Star Draw. We've started our own channel feature show, our group, and we call ourselves the Backyard Battlefield. And that's where we go to talk about Joe. Down South also has Wild 7, or Seven's Wild, with him and his cousin doing something similar, right? But there's room for all of us to chat. We have a great time chatting, but Aaron tossed a challenge at me when I mentioned that I would go in on that mech challenge that he's got. Sorry, I'm turning off my display lights for now to conserve them for tonight's live. Oh yeah, tonight's live, 7:30. Sitting with the crow. Anyways, he challenged me to do a Fang helicopter of all the things, which I would love to do, and I want to do. And I know Bobby Wald's tracking that challenge, because Bobby's been talking to me about the exact same helicopter I was thinking. There is a helicopter, and Bobby, I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to pull up that picture you sent me, buddy. There is a helicopter I am trying to find in the thrift shops out here, because it was the first one that came to mind when me and Bobby were talking. And sorry, I'm wondering if I've got it on the, no, that's an older one. Where was that message from Bobby? Anyways, it is the perfect scale almost, I think. Yeah, there it is. Almost perfect scale for for doing this conversion. And it's an attack helicopter made by a very cheap plastics company, similar to Action Toys or whatever they're called. I believe that's it. Yeah, I think this is the one he sent me, and I'm not sure if this is Bobby's conversion or if he got a picture of it, but it's about yay big. I've seen it. It's tan. It's got the ball gun. I thought it was I was like, that's a Fang, but I wasn't that far into classified, and I didn't have any blue troopers when I saw it last. But I've seen that thing in thrift stores, and I'm trying to find that so that I could do my Fang. But I did note that Aaron never specified exactly which Fang I was to do, which is always good to have room to maneuver, right? A Fang's a Fang. Any Fang will do. So I thought about the Fang 2. That's my back sleeve. If I can't find a Fang 1 project that would work out well, I could always look for a Fang 2. Although that would feel like a cop-out. Well, what kind of drew me in even more on trying to get that traditional Fang is that when I saw the updated ones after I had stopped collecting, and the pilots were a little bit more unique than just your standard Cobra infantry, and I saw more appeal to that. So definitely excited to do that Fang, but guys, I haven't been able to find it. But Ottawa residents, listen well. In fact, anybody who has a Walmart in your local area, please listen to what I'm about to tell you. I would go there immediately and get ready to get some of your back stock before they're done at Walmart. I've heard this before, and sorry, I'm gonna lower that camera down so you can see me a little bit better. I heard Walmart was filtering out their over-the-shelf product on G.I. Joe Classified over the last little while. In Canada, and I don't know if this is the same in the States, several locations are actually not going to carry Classified at all. And I feel like this is the faith in their online shopping, right? We all know that. The creaky chair. Next stop, non-creaky chair. We all know that Night Force is a Walmart exclusive line, and that was exactly how frustrated I was with Walmart, because their Walmart online is a very impersonal and confusing at times system when things go wrong with an order, such as an earlier release date, etc., etc. Lo and behold, I go there today on just a curiosity to see if I could maybe see a new version of that helicopter. I don't know. I've got to get this project started, because I've since issued a challenge to Aaron to do a devilfish. He's like, do a Fang. I'm like, fuck you, do a devilfish. Ah! Who knows when we'll get them started? We got to find the right model. The model's got to speak to us. But if you are in Ottawa specifically, I want you to head out to my area, the Canada region, just off Cope Drive, and head to that Walmart and go get yourself a good grab today, guys. I'm going to tell you, I spent about an hour scanning some prices today. And I will tell you that G.I. Joe CS Steinbeck is $25.97 at Walmart right? Sorry, $24.97 at Walmart right now. Now, who's Steinbeck, you ask? Well, it's General Hawk. So the General Hawkwave, along with the Helix, well, Helix wasn't there, but Shockwave and Buzzer and Ripper were also with Shipwreck and Torpedo selling at that price at Walmart on their clearance shelf, which is always at the end of their aisles with no prices whatsoever. But take a look in that photo and see if you notice what's in there. Hush, my buddy Jay, I'm going to tell you what's in there. That's a Night Force Tunnel Rat sitting on that shelf. Now, that one isn't at $25. That's at $35.97. Night Force Tunnel Rat and Wolf Spider. And guys, I'm telling you, I almost snatched that Wolf Spider if it weren't for the fact that I bought my quota on stuff. And my next project is to buy my Night Force Tunnel Rat from the guy I arranged it from, because I'm also getting more things from him. I was like, oh, you cruel fates. Now I see these on the shelf. Before, when I was really struggling to find them, they were unavailable, but now they're shelf items. Weird. This told me, and yes, I tucked them away. They're behind a bunch of rippers, guys. Go find them, because if they're still there next week, I'm going for a second Wolf Spider. I do want another Wolf Spider. Yeah, there's a torpedo there, a shipwreck there, the wolf spider, the tunnel rat, and then an abundance of the dreadnoughts, Ripper and Buzzer, Shockwave and Hawk, guys. Clearance aisles, Canada location on Coke Drive, Mostar in that $35.99, but the older wave stuff with Hawk and the Ripper and the Dreadnoughts, 25 Canadian, guys. And before you go ask me, go grab me all that. No, guys, I can't. I'm tight this week, guys. I've been throwing a lot of money around since the vacation that I've got to keep it aside. I got things coming up. I'm still hoping to go to Joe Fest, but things are getting complicated. And I've got a surgery coming up, and I've made some deals with some friends that have helped me out to continue to buy figurines from them exclusively, and 3D parts from them as well. They're on that list as well. And I have some kindness I need to spread around a little bit because kindness was shown to me. So yeah, I'm going back there, and I'm going to be, next week they're still there. I'm going to snipe, but this week I just can't. Yeah, I gotta wait till Big Thursdays, guys. One of the things I noticed there was this crawler, and if you've watched my channel before, I found one of these at the thrift store, the Graveyard Crawler, and I've got his chassis kicking around my Dreadnought supply, and I did plan and do plan on still doing a little kind of APC thing with this, right? I was amazed at the price of that, $89.99 Canadian. That's a lot, and for something that I picked up for $7.99, I believe. Of course, mine was broken. There you go, $89.99 for the Gravedigger tracks. Crazy. I've been trying to find a reference for this vehicle that I've been working on. This kind of half quad, half snowmobile. Can't really find one, but I know what I'm doing with that. That's something that's going on. You've seen the other stuff there. But yeah, I did not find my Fang, long story short. And I don't mean to deviate, but I was getting a gimmick, a laugh out of how much of these I was seeing. So I kept Googling the wrong words, I guess, because this stuff kept showing up. And I'm like, well, that's not what he's got. No, that's not what they've got. All right, so little things that are going around. This is where I moved the camera around. Tonight, you're going to see me working on my display stuff. I'm going to be trying to build trees and do other things because I think you guys need better backgrounds to look at. And I need to finish up this thing, of course. But in the meantime, I've got a bunch of quick and dirties. Here is a frozen ice palace that I have broken down into 2 sections as opposed to one solid. On my light table, I keep forgetting I have. Now, this is not going to be the scene, but this is going to give you an idea of some of the pieces I'm trying to utilize in backdrops for all these shelves that I've got on the go. So I've got some restructuring, but one of the biggest ones is that Wolverine's wall and that subscriber's wall is going to be expanded with and incorporated with what you're seeing is leftover of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Force wall, or Ninja Turtles layer that I've broken down, primed, gotten it ready. If you think the graffiti wall was good, I'm hoping that this thing will be awesome. But I wanted to show you 2 deals I got today that I couldn't believe, and I was like, yes. I can't locate where I put that little Tigra figure right now, and that's fine. You guys know I'm not a big collector of a lot of Marvel stuff. I only really collect the classified figures. I am an avid lover of comics. I used to collect them. I still enjoy listening to guys read them online, like JLS and Billy in Action. Give me the updates on comics. But what I did find was Marvel Legends figures were amazing for conversions and very versatile figures, like with a lot of articulation. And, you know, I had a lot of imagination with them. Another figure I found was wrestlers, but this one I salvaged from a thrift store. I forgot to show it the other day, but am I going to turn that into a character? Probably, but I've got to do something about these legs. He's got these spring action legs, so I might just use the upper torso. I'm wondering if I can get away with just using the upper torso on a different body. I'm hoping so. But it's not the same design as a classified, so I've got to see what parts can be salvaged and integrated into a character. But I wanted that body art captured, and that's a respectable head. I don't know which wrestler this is. I don't follow Yeah, we'll throw them in that wrestling ring I bought the other day. Take off the rope, down. No, this was amazing, guys. Go to your Walmarts if you're a Marvel fan right now and try and find these. So I picked up the tarantula today, and it was amongst some of the other things. And I was looking at them and I'm like, well, you know, I am doing these black Oni ninjas. Let me turn the light on. You know, like I bought all the blue ninjas and some red ninjas. And I even got Loki some ninjas because it was just a great deal. But and you guys know, I think ninjas are kind of silly. It's like, how many superpower weapons does Cobra have at their disposal? They have mutant monsters, a mad scientist, a mercenary, legions of armies, Cobra law, bats, armor, like robotic troops, everything under the sun, and ninjas in case that doesn't work. It's so over the top. But I like the figures. I think it's still fun from a G.I. Joe is a kid's show, action perspective. You know, it definitely, you know, broadens the scope of what the show can do. So I decided I was going to do my own black Oni, and I've told you that. So these might be the last blue and red ninjas you see on my shelf, and I'm going to try and maybe acquire a couple more bodies that are worthwhile. And I definitely got some ninja gear on the way from Loki Wartooth. But I saw a lot of potential in maybe utilizing this because the body is so I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to open it very soon. But I know this thing will have great poses, everything like that. Will I switch out the feet? I don't know. I'll definitely probably switch out the head and I'll paint it so you don't think tarantula right away. But blade feet seem like a really cool thing for a ninja to have on his disposal. Want to know how much that cost me today, guys? And this is why I'm saying, get in your cars, go to Walmart, go find some. $3. 3, 1, 2, 3, not 30. $3 Canadian. I got that one, but that's not the one I'm the most psyched about. This one's going special character bill. This one I was eyeballing at full price and almost bought it weeks ago, even at full price, I think, because I wanted it so bad. And today I also got this for $3. That's gonna be a sick ninja for either a black Oni, but I'm also looking at, I know I've got a Don Moreno coming ahead. I don't know if this will be for Don Moreno, but this might be a black Oni female ninja because, man, that's a great price, $3. I might even leave this as is for a while because I liked this version of Electra Noctis as Daredevil. But I just had to show you this. Get in your car, get down to your Walmart, go see what's going on with your classified in your local Walmart. Go find out what's going on with clearance figures from Spider-Man line, from Marvel, your local Walmart, and thank me later, guys. Hey, I always forget to do the like, share, subscribe till right at the very end, and I'm almost at the very end. I'm not at the end. I just wanted to mention the other thing I was going to tell you is I loved Ninja Turtles when I was a kid because it was a very violent comic when it first came out. Yeah, I'm that much old, right? But this is where the sellout point happened, which apparently they've gone back and made it cool again by, you know, killing off the Tinder. They had a story where all the turtles were dead except for Michelangelo, who he is the last Ronin, the last surviving turtle, right? But you've seen, I found those bikes I was getting. I've got 4 of these things. I see how they function now. And I didn't know there was this one. That would be interesting for a Dreadnought trike, I think. But you guys know that truck and that truck that my Joes are working on in the maintenance shop is from Turtles as well. But so is this truck that I picked up. And mine didn't come with a roof. And I'd love to find that one. Man, if I find that one and I find out my classified fit in that, it's going. But there's all the different layers. So, yeah, I'm kind of getting my revenge on Ninja Turtles. But there's the truck that I've got a dry brush. And you can see I pulled all those weapon sponsons aside to make windows. We've got window slots in the back now. Or I can mount gear or do anything. But I've opened her right up. we'll get that thing done up. It's just the same background, kind of dry brushing, not a whole lot of ads. I'm not trying to make a super tank here. Just a convoy, call sign 66. You know, brigade reconnaissance, also a name of a highway. It all works for Clutch. Anyways, yeah, that's what we're working with. The bikes will be a part of that. Everything will be a part of that. You know, trailers will be involved. There will be a, oh, I have a feeling I know what I'm going to make that, and I hate myself for it, but I know what I'm going to do with it. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Now you can hit that like, share, subscribe. That'd be great, wouldn't it? And we can grow that channel. We can get that 350 contest where you and I talk. I get you a figure from here in Ottawa that maybe you don't have where you're at. And then I build you the custom that you described in the 350 contest thread. So you have to go back on my channel and find that entry contest video, follow the rules and enter. 3D parts from Loki Wartooth, a stage like that one that I also sent to Aaron. It's got way more accessories to it though. I don't know, there's some custom art, things like that, things that I drew for your character and got ready, some old drawings, things like that, anything associated with your character, and a custom background for your character, based on about maybe a 1 foot by 1 foot block that your character can get posed against. That's the 350 contest. And then, of course, on the 500 contest, that's when I will be giving away the subscriber wall as part of that prize package, because that's not quite done yet. That's going to take a little while. And speaking of take a little while, man, I am still looking for Wolverine crew. And maybe that's exactly what Mr. Kicky Pants Wrestler is going to end up as Wolverine crew. Maybe he's one of them. That'd be a good use of him. But then I have to hide those tattoos. I don't want to do that. Oh, conundrums. Anyways, join me live tonight, 7:30. I'll be on. I don't know if I think down south is busy. Aaron Toy Hansy's probably busy. I want to be done before that 9 o'clock block, before any other of the guys. Maybe Punk wants to do a show, or Chad, or somebody, or Island Misfit Toys. Any of those guys, at 9 o'clock, kind of their ground. I'm going to try and jump on early, take care of it that way, and tell you about all these little hacks about trying to do the maximum amount of display versus storytelling versus props on a minimum amount of shelf space, something you see me playing with. But I'm also going to tell you where these stories are coming from and what's going on my shelves and things like that. And maybe it's something that you can take away because you're looking at your display space for your collection and realizing soon I will need more. Where does more come from? I'll maybe give you some hints. Remember to ask me in the chat. All right, guys, I am going to catch you later. Hopefully I'll see you around 7:30. Bye.